next week, we're going to have some new music for this joint. All right, let's go. This was a really interesting conversation that we're going to listen to tonight. Mr. Girl was on No Jumper, and it was a crazy ass conversation. So, put one in the chat if you're ready. Let's get hype. Let's go. I haven't streamed in 3 damn days. I missed you assholes. All right, let's go. know what this last song means? Get your stuff together. And by the way, this song's gonna change too.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed.
I'm not changing my outro
This
song.
life gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad, shit on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back, I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me, ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact, give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
God, I will keep it in the rotation, okay? I will keep it in the rotation.
I'm here to last, oh yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack.
And y'all
Baby,
act like
I'm
I don't
bad.
watch
I just
chat.
wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad. Baby, I'm bad.
What is up, everybody? How are y'all doing tonight? Let's just sit and chill for a second. Let me smoke a cigarette. Adam22 has a really hairy booty. Well, we know what you've been watching, Flop Tina. I'm just saying. I am feeling good, feeling good. Just got finished watching the Keemstar show. I was on Dead on Dave's for the last half of it. So, it doesn't matter, dead boy. Oh, what the heck? Oh. Xbox is sending me messages from the computer. What do you want, pumpkin? No, don't meow at me. No, no. No, no. I just went live. Lay down. No, ma'am, we ain't doing that right now. Just getting into the spooky season. Yeah. I got me some Halloween decorations that I never put up. But I have my fall decorations up. I never put up my Halloween ones, so I'll have them for next year. So did anybody catch the Keemstar show? They were having some issues tonight. Bless their hearts. Why are you looking so sad? Pumpkin is looking at me with the saddest face I've ever seen on her. What? Ma'am. Nope, called Dazo, yeah. Flop Tina! Cause you're mean. I'm not mean. This child is spoiled as hell. Amber Chick, you're mean. That's why your child is just like you. You're so mean. God said, you know what? That Amber Chick deserves a mini-me. Ma'am, that is the microphone cord. Could you not? Please. Thank you. No, was watching Paige on Twitch. Yeah. Paige is a really good streamer. I kind of wish she would come over to YouTube. She would kill, but then again, well, no, she wouldn't kill me because we're in 2 different time zones. But she would kill it on YouTube. She's a damn good reaction streamer. Yeah, Paige would be great. She would be a great streamer on YouTube. If she just like had a separate channel just to do streams and stuff, she would be perfect for it. She's a perfect reaction streamer. Okay, let's talk about something else too. How do y'all like this new design that YouTube has now? Do y'all like this new design YouTube has? Like, I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. And, like, when you share a video, you can't do a timestamp on it now. I haven't seen it on my TV yet, Mochi. Is it really bad on the TV? I haven't seen it on the TV yet. Pumpkin, please stop messing with the woman. I will fight you. I will cut on this camera and fight you in front of everybody. Actually good, but the view count is in the wrong place, I feel. Yeah. The TV looks like the old version for you still. Well, it's funny because I have multiple accounts. And one of my accounts got the update before this account. And I was like, what is this? Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up the video. Wait, what the fuck are you doing?
When I need...
Pumpkin, stop.
But it's a...
Ma'am, stop. She's trying to hold my hand. Xylie, how long have you been on YouTube watching YouTube? I think I've been on this channel. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this too, by the way. Hold on. Excuse me. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot to do this. I think I've been on this channel 2 years. I want to say 2 years. I don't know. Let me go look. I think I've been on this channel 2 years. Amber Chick, how long have I been on this channel? You should know. I mean, you would think I would know too, but... 2-ish? Yeah, it's gotta be 2 years. My first video ever was done on... Wait, they don't give a date anymore? No. Oh, May 13th of 2020 was my first video ever on here. So, 2.5 years. So... Alright, so what we are checking out today, and I don't know why this is being dumb, but we're gonna fix this. Oh yeah, and the umbrella's leaving, the umbrellas, I think it has run its course. We embraced the meme. And those are leaving next week too. Just an FYI. Okay, so what we're talking today is Mr. Girl interview, getting banned, why he hates Flakko, and more. And it was actually a pretty interesting interview. This dude here got into it with him. Yes, it'll be bye-bye umbrella. We embraced the meme, but as all memes go, they have to have their end one day. Mr. Girl is definitely not cute. You know, speaking of Mr. Girl, do you know I just found out that Nicholas Diorio, that evil little fat man, yes, I'm calling him an evil little fat man, okay? Nicholas Diorio, that evil little fat man, was going to have me do a Destiny 2 raid, okay, the game Destiny 2. He was going to have me do a Destiny 2 raid with Mr. Girl and not tell me it was Mr. Girl that's going to be in the raid with us until he joined. And I saw it was Mr. Girl. Sir. And he was going to be live streaming it. I was like, that wouldn't have been good, Nick. And he went, it would have been good for me for content. Well, yeah, it would have been good for you for content, but the raid would have went to shit. He was going to have me raid on Destiny 2 with Mr. fucking Girl. I was like, what? He goes, look, I didn't even do it and she's already mad at me. Yes, I'm mad at the concept of you thinking I was going to do a raid with Mr. Girl. I mean, yeah, it is a Nick kind of thing to do. You're right, Slum. I get you. You right. Could you imagine me sitting there, you know, getting my stuff together, you know, I'm ready to go on this raid, you know, I finally found a group of people to play with, and I'm going on this raid, which, by the way, I still haven't been able to go to the raid yet because my light level's not high enough. And, you know, we're just chilling, and then all of a sudden, Mr. fucking Girl comes into the call. I would make so many women-hating and pedophile jokes until I broke that man. Oh, look. I shot that Fallen. It looked like a little kid. Mr. Girl, did you think he's hot? Or do you think that was a she? Did you think she was hot? Yes. And Nick would have been giggling the whole fucking time. You know it for a fact. That little motherfucker. When he said that on Day Street, I was like, what? In all seriousness, I've been thinking about it. I would talk to Mr. Girl, but we would have to have a moderator that wouldn't put up with his shit. Mr. Girl is not in this picture at all right now. Hell no. You think I'm going to give Nick free Well, I kind of do owe Nick for free content because he has come off and given me some free content quite a few times on my channel. I do kind of owe him, huh? I do kind of owe Nick to give him some content. I'd have to be drunk or something that night. No, that probably wouldn't be a good idea. Alright, so, anyway. So, we're gonna go over this interview with Mr. Girl, Adam22, and his co-host, in which I forgot his name, and I do apologize. But yeah. Alright, let's go.
Oh, Mr. Girl, yeah. Mr. Girl's in the building. How you doing, man?
I'm bad.
Yeah, like, bad why? What's going on?
I just got banned from YouTube.
But that was like a couple weeks ago, right?
Well, I'm supposed to be over it.
Oh, no, I'm just surprised you're still in the throes of...
Oh, darn. Mr. Girl got banned. I'm so sorry. Free speech.
Of depression that you still describe yourself as bad, yeah.
I'm in the throat. I mean, yeah, like my career is derailed.
Yeah.
You know?
So you're still
Also,
dealing with that?
Yeah, I keep getting DMs from people who are like, they're thinking of unbanning you. Somebody told me that they were going to unban me, but then they decided not to. And then I have so many people who somebody else is like, oh, I know an executive at Google, and they said they're going to look into it. It's just like it's a constant experience of almost getting unbanned or getting your hopes up and then getting crushed for yeah.
Damn, so you have...
Okay, I will say this. I can understand his... Okay. Oh, God. It's so weird because it's Mr. Girl. I can understand the feeling of everything being taken away from him because that was his career and that's how he made his money. All right, I get that. I get that. But at the same time, I'm not yelling on the rooftops for him to get his shit back. But I can understand where he personally is upset because that was his career.
You have connect.
To be fair, he got banned for showing a clip from a movie. All I gotta say is I believe in karma and bad things happen to bad people. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Bad things happen to bad people.
Next inside YouTube that are giving you like little breadcrumbs of details about how this is playing out behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Damn. So
I seen your tweet too about why like you got banned, and so pretty much.
yeah, what was it?
Yeah, right. So pretty much they like age restricted a video a long time ago, right? And then they came back and removed it and gave him a strike like 2 years later. To me, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah. So the video I got banned for was a video that I got a strike for, and I appealed the strike, and they put the video back up themselves, and then they banned me for that exact video. But the circumstances were you know Destiny or Steven.
Okay, I will say this. YouTube has been really on some shit lately. Bo Black's got a strike on his channel for a video that he had for months on his channel, no problem. And then he put it in a compilation with like 2 other videos, and then he got a strike for the exact same video. Where's Mr. Girl? Platina, that's Mr. Girl right there. What? Oh, where's Mrs. Girl? She never shows up. He only shows up to yell at her in videos. But yeah, YouTube's been on some shit lately. They really have. What's up, Paige?
Right,
Yep.
he came on here. He was being very friendly with this guy who I would say is a Nazi.
Nick Fuentes.
Yes.
Nick Fuentes, yeah.
Who
And so-
my friend here is a big fan of, just for the record. Might throw you.
Oh, and by the way, Adam22, No Jumper did a interview with Nick Fuentes, and I heard it was really good, so we may go over that at a later date. I still gotta watch it. I'm really behind on reactions. Like, Paige is in the building now, right? I have been wanting to do her Miosaurus video for the longest, and now Miasaurus is back, and Paige has put out a video about Miasaurus being back. So it's like I'm 2 videos behind just on what I wanted to cover. I'm so behind on reactions that I want to do. Because so much shit was happening with, like, Poggergate and all that other stuff. Joe Mega for $4.99. Question: how did the police find the songwriter that skipped town? He left a lot of notes behind. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh. How did the police find the songwriter that skipped town? He left a lot of... I hate you, Joe Mega. That was awesome. Thank you for the $4.99, though. Yes, we have a lot of content incoming, yes.
For a loop.
Fan is a big word, but you know, like, I don't think that he should be deplatformed, which I think that we both agree. You know.
Yeah, I don't think he should be deplatformed, but I don't. I would. Would you have chicken and waffles with him?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I mean,
You know,
Chicken and waffles, and this dude like said that he wants to like.
I think
Xylie.
Xylie
okay, but
looked at
you would
chat
be on a
on that
podcast with him,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
but having a
absolutely.
private meal is like a different category.
I wouldn't be friends with him, but like I would love to like sit down and kind of like debate like ideologies, you feel me, and talk, right? But to like have dinner and be friends with him, no, you know, he's not, you know, the type of guy I really.
Mr. Girl, just to let you know though, I would put Flakko. He's like a Jesse Lee Peterson type of black guy. Like he's got a lot of self-hatred stirring
it's
around
a very
inside his body.
specific type of
You
black
think
guy.
I'm that
I
of
get what you're- I get what you're
a
saying.
bro? Yo,
Damn.
Jesse is an idiot. Like he's a piece of shit. Like, that's crazy.
How dare you?
God damn.
Okay, so what were you saying? Sorry.
About you two.
Yeah, so I got in this long public fight with Steven Destiny about whether or not he should be friendly with Nick Fuentes, because I was like, you know, Nick Fuentes' whole thing is trying to make himself seem harmless, and like he's like just a virgin, he's just like a nerdy kid, but he's also like a politician with like a cult.
Okay, Mr. Girl, okay. Nick Fuentes bad. Let me make that very clear. Nick Fuentes bad. Although I found out he's a quarter Mexican, and it's like, damn, I want to call you a Latino brethren, but, ugh. Anyway, but Mr. Girl, you really have no standing, because even though yours isn't racism, sir, your ideology and what you talk about when it comes to kids and how you treat women, you have no leg to stand on, because you are a controversial motherfucker yourself. And you, to me, although in a different facet, you are just as disgusting to me as Nick Fuentes is. I'm sorry. I think he's just as disgusting as Nick Fuentes. Although a different facet, obviously, but he's still just as disgusting. So, I'm sorry.
He's got a cult. He's not like a content creator.
You have a cult too.
And yeah, so after arguing about that for a week, the cult mass flagged my channel, and I was immediately banned.
Damn.
Yeah.
At the instructions of Destiny and Nick, or do you think
No.
that they just
I
did it on
don't.
their own?
At the instructions, I would say one of Nick's lieutenants. I don't think it came directly from Nick.
Right.
But
I've seen a lot of clickbait trying to sort of figure out who was responsible for brigading your channel and getting it deleted.
yeah, I don't know.
But it's always
Doesn't
kinda,
matter.
It's always kind of futile to be guessing at that anyway, because
Yeah, because they will never tell you.
Right, definitely.
It could have been told somebody totally different.
But you are in an interesting category as a content creator, because clearly when you watch your stuff, I would say like your purpose on social media, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, is to deal with controversial ideas and specific themes that people are intimidated by or weirded out by. And I could give a bunch of examples of stuff I've seen, but would you say that that's true? And do you feel like a person who is a content creator and has that as kind of their primary ethos is even possible of flourishing on this new YouTube landscape?
I think it's possible, but the channel has to be really bulletproof. Especially as you, I think what's unique from YouTube's perspective, I probably cause more trouble than I'm worth. It's like, I'm sure Steven gets flagged daily. But the proportion of people watching him that hate him is much smaller than me.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So, I hate how Mr. Girl makes himself out to be a martyr. How did he land this interview? I don't know. He got an interview with Nick Fuentes too, Paige. He's been killing it with the interviews. I hate the way this man makes him sound like a fucking martyr. I cannot stand this dude. That's all he ever does is talk word salad.
Right.
So as I grow,
And I have this at 1.25. Let's see at 1.5.
I don't know if it's possible. So I think my job as a content creator is to not sand off the edges of my opinions. I feel like it's a weird thing where you're working against the house. That YouTube wants you to be boring, and you have to find a way to be interesting without getting banned. I guess I haven't.
Yeah,
I guess I
God
don't know.
damn it. It's called a fucking personality, which you don't have one. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Your personality surrounds of asking people about a 12-year-old's panties, or 16-year-old girls are hot, or treating your girlfriend like total shit in fucking videos. That's your personality. You don't fucking have one. Get a fucking personality and you'll be halfway entertaining on top of your shit fucking takes. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I had to speed it up to 1.5. I had to. Shadow.
I feel like I was banned for being too interesting. I don't think of myself as trying to make provocative content. I think of myself as like, I want to say what I honestly think about whatever topic I'm talking.
Then you're sick. If the shit you say, which I take you at your word to everything you said, because I remember when you talked to Nick for like the 3.5 hours, and you said that you were not a satirist, that everything you say is real. So then you're sick. I think you're sick with the shit that you say.
Talking about.
Well, like when I saw the video of you rapping as if you were a P word, a pedo.
Are we not saying that word?
Well, I mean, I don't know. For YouTube's sake, might be a good one to avoid. But yeah, we could just say it. Pedophile. Yeah, a song called Pedophile, I believe. And
It's called I'm a Pedophile.
Right, okay. And I mean,
They want to mince words with the title.
it seemed like this was a song that you had made. Like, it was almost like specifically to sort of taunt the terms of service, in the sense that you're like making a song where you're sarcastically describing being something.
Kind of. I mean,
God damn it.
I got called a pedophile a lot. I've been called a pedophile a lot of times in my life, over the last 2 years.
Gee, I wonder why.
And
Because of that video, mostly?
no, because of my cuties review.
Oh, okay, that too.
Yeah. The beginning was kind of wild though, right? Like that cuties review, because I think the beginning was like, thoughts are not illegal. Again, I don't want to quote you, right, but I think it's like, thoughts are not illegal. The action should be in terms of like, it's okay to think these like 10, 9, 12-year-olds are hot, but to go through with the action is what's bad.
Yeah.
That was the point you were trying to make?
Wait,
I didn't watch the review.
You haven't seen my cuties review?
No, but I've heard you talk about it in other videos with like
Okay.
Destiny and stuff, and I've heard your stance on it. But is that true? Is that accurate? That's something you said?
I think he's saying like what I meant. I didn't say that. I was like, I should review cuties. Everybody's talking about cuties, and again, it's the same deal. It's like, you just say the most honest thing that you can. So I wasn't trying to be provocative, but yeah, I saw cuties, and it's got these like 11-year-old girls twerking, and I was like, the point of the movie, I think, is that they're supposed to be hot. It's supposed to be really uncomfortable. That, like, you know, they're emulating 17-year-old girls in the movie. You're supposed to watch them and be like, you know, this is weird.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's honestly why I never clicked on it on Netflix, was because I was like, I know that if I watch this, that it's going to make me feel weird and uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, because they're at an age where, I mean, I think it's always uncomfortable seeing 11 to 15-year-old girls wearing makeup or skirts or dressing like they're older, or trying to act like they're older. It's a weird experience.
But
and
the thing I saw of your stance on it was basically that you thought that the movie shouldn't have existed as it was made, because like the quote I remember is you said, it's not okay to make child pornography to further your message that child pornography is bad.
I wouldn't call it child pornography, but yeah, you shouldn't
Right.
stick a camera like in a 11-year-old's butt,
But, yeah.
make them twerk. Like, yeah, I think it was fucked up that they use kids.
Yeah, even
Yeah, I agree. Okay, Optimal, bye.
if that content is going to, like, you know, force the viewer to confront the reality of this content and realize, like, oh, it's bad to stick a camera in an 11-year-old's butt. It's like, you know, you could have got that point across without actually having stuck a camera in an 11-year-old's butt, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I think the issue people were having, I guess, with the cuties review, you know, now I kind of seen it for what it was, right? But
I know, I saw that.
I think you
Flakko.
said like something honest of, yo, you know, yeah, you know, like they're hot, right? Or something. Of that sort.
I said they're kind of hot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 10. You know, again, I'm not sure like how.
Yeah, he said they were kind of hot. I remember when Melly P, I think she talked to him. and he tried to say that they weren't hot or something, and she threw up a clip of him saying it. No, he doesn't get what's wrong with that. No, he doesn't. At all. Joe Mega, this interview makes me wish somebody shoved a camera in my brain repeatedly. Same.
Old, you feel me? Like those girls were, they could be 10, 15, whatever, right?
The actors were 12 to 14.
Yeah, right. So when you say like, yeah, I think they're hot. Now, again, like that's an honest opinion from you, but the people see it as, damn, bro, like you are admitting that, that those girls are kind of hot, and they're underage.
Paige, yes. I'm sick of people trying to rationalize his theories, yes. And now that he's a martyr, he is on this God-blessed media tour. Oh, God. Like, I would talk to him, but I would need somebody to moderate and cut his ass off when he tries to flip shit. Because he never has a linear discussion. He never likes to answer questions directly.
Well, I just, like, if they weren't kind of hot, the movie wouldn't be controversial. I feel like that's the whole point. That's the whole point people freaked out about the poster. It's because when you see it, your brain is like, oh, it's a bunch of hot girls, and then your brain's like,
nah,
oh, no. You're like,
bro.
like out of the corner of your eye.
I think him saying that they are hot is the problem, because if you were saying they are styled and dressed and being filmed as if they were hot grown women, then nobody would take offense to that. But because
it's the way. Absolutely, thank you.
it's actually like hot is a judgment call.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Hot means that I'm attracted to it. Now, now, if we see them in like booty shorts, in my mind, don't say, oh my God, these like 12-year-olds are hot. It's, like, why the fuck are these 12-year-olds dressed like this? This is inappropriate. Get them out of it.
Exactly.
Well, that's great. You should make a YouTube channel about how you're a fucking normal person with normal opinions, and then you won't get banned. Like, I don't know what to tell. Yeah. Again, so like that's an example of a.
He's
of a
a
video.
dick. Did you just see what he did? He's a dick. You see what Mr. Girl did? Okay, well then make a YouTube channel and be a normal, boring person. Like what? The fuck is wrong with him? There's something seriously wrong with Mr. Girl.
Never make. If I would never ever. I would be embarrassed. I would rather be called a pedophile 10,000 times than make a review of Cuties where I get on camera and I'm like, guys, I had the greatest idea while I was watching Cuties. This is an interesting review. I thought it was very inappropriate for these children to be dancing like this, and they should never have done that.
Oh, dude, you're sick.
What's the fucking point of saying that? What is the point of you saying that right now?
What do you mean? What is the point? Oh my God. It's called, oh my God. So he's the police on how people commentate on something. He's the police on how people put their message out there and how they talk about it. God damn. Oh my God, this dude drives me absolutely fucking insane. I covered Destry, Tipster on EDP, and Xylie on Mr. Girl. This is pedo night. Wow. Holy shit, Paige. it's pedo night. I shouldn't laugh at that, but oh my God, that's exactly what's happening. You covered Destry, Tipster's covering EDP, and I'm covering Mr. Girl. It really is. Oh my God. Oh, that should not be funny. Holy shit.
Well, I have a question. Did they send a camera crew to film one of these cheer things or whatever?
No, they're actors.
Oh, so they actually set this up and they created it? Because I would think it was different if this was a documentary type thing where they're just filming something that already exists. Like they created the 11-year-old oiled up weirdo fucking.
I don't think they were oiled up.
Okay,
but,
whatever it was.
Yeah, sure. They may as well have been. Right. I think the director auditioned like 400 little girls.
It's weird. Must have been a good couple of weeks at work for that guy.
Yeah,
not but it's a woman. It's a woman.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that really changes how I think of it too. Holy shit.
No, but
yeah.
He just said something very important, right? And he said that he wouldn't make a video like that as certain that opinion because why? So then, like, my question is, why do you think, I guess, like, you making a video saying, yo, these girls are hot, et cetera, they're attractive, and, like, towing that line of being a pedophile, why are, like, those opinions, I guess, like, more valid than the opinion of, yo?
It's a boring comment. He thinks being a piece of shit is interesting. He's a different lane of contrarian asshat. It's need to be crazy so they look at me. Yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. That's why I have a theory about the pedophile with him, okay? And this is my theory, and people think I'm fucking crazy, but this is my theory, all right? I'm going to straight up tell y'all my theory, and I've touched on it a little bit, but I'm going to straight up tell y'all my theory. I think he says what he says about kids to people for shock value. I think he really is hiding in plain sight because he walks around saying, I'm a feminist, I'm a feminist, I'm a feminist, when in fact, he fucking hates women. And I think because when he did that Cuties review, he blew the fuck up. So he sticks to that shtick. You know what I'm saying? I think where the problem really lies is how he is with women. But don't get me twisted though. I think what he says about kids is fucking disgusting. And I will continue to say what he says is fucking disgusting. But I think he's hiding in plain sight. Where, in other words, people, when they talk about Mr. Girl, what do they always talk about? They always talk about he's a pedophile, he's a pedophile, he's a pedophile. They never fucking mention how he has treated his girlfriend in all those fucking videos. And if you watch him talking to women, if they get his ass, he gets extremely angry and uncomfortable. He hates women. And he hides behind the pedophile shit. Paige says he's intimidated by strong women. That's why he backed out of the interview with me. Damn right he did back out of the interview with you because of that. Yes, that's exactly why he backed out, because he knew you weren't the one. I really do believe that though. Now, do I back up? Do I back up what he says about kids? No. Do I still take it serious what he says about kids? 100%, because he still has motherfuckers in his chat that are praising him for what he's saying about kids. So he still has a shitty message when it comes to kids, but I don't know if I think he believes it. I think he's hiding in plain sight because people hone in on the kid shit with him. They don't notice how he is emotionally and psychologically abusive to women. I really do. I really do. What's up? What's up, Goblin?
I watch this shit. This shit is wrong. It's like out of control. And us as a society should not go down this route. Like, why is the pedophile opinion more important than the other opinion?
Sorry, my thing is fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to avoid your question. It's not that it's more important. It's just that if your take is just the same as everybody else's, then just don't speak. Like, I didn't make a video about the Amber Heard trial.
Why?
Because I don't have anything to say. Like, yeah, they both seem like abusive people.
Oh, fuck off. Oh my God. And I can't believe Nick was going to put me in a raid with this motherfucker. I would have lost my goddamn mind. This man drives me insane. I'm not going to make a video if I have the same takes as everyone else. Okay. So, let's break that down. I'm not going to make the same video if I have the same takes as everyone else. That makes me believe the pedo shit is not how he really feels. He does it so people will watch, oh my God, what is Mr. Girl going to say about this? I think he's hiding in plain sight on other issues.
And it seems like she lied. Like, whatever the jury says, whatever the jury says is sure. I agree with them. With Kyle Rittenhouse, I did make a video because that's like, every progressive, and I'm pretty left leaning myself, seems to be saying the same thing like in lockstep. So I think it's important for a progressive to come out and say like, no, Kyle, I like Kyle Rittenhouse. I think he defended himself, and I don't want to see him go to jail and be thrown under the bus and have his life destroyed because of a polarized political atmosphere.
I mean, both of us are on board with you on the Rittenhouse issue, despite some of the pushback we've gotten. But
right.
In general, I would say, somebody raised this point to me a long time ago. They said, think about, your most controversial opinions. Think about the things that everybody else seems to agree on that you disagree on, and then zero in on those, because those are the
Adam,
things that
I
make
wish
you
you could
different,
pass
make you
that
unique.
blunt to me
Those are the
because
kind of
I
thoughts that
really
could
need
lead
it right
to
now.
a product that you might want to bring to market, or those are the kind of things that would lead to a YouTube video that people would actually bother clicking on. But as soon as you start to do that thought exercise, if you're a normal person, you immediately start to get hit with all kinds of reasons why coming out there and stating your controversial opinions would in some way be destructive to your life. So I see you as somebody who kind of treats your own existence like a sacrificial lamb, and you're just sort of like, okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna put all my most controversial and offensive parts of my life out.
Yes, and then he makes himself a martyr when somebody fucking calls him out for it. He makes himself a fucking martyr when somebody Have y'all seen the clip where ABBA told his ass off? It was fucking amazing. ABBA, from ABBA and Preach, told his ass off. It was amazing. Oh my God. It was so fucking good. Him and Stardust got into it. She did support him. She's not supporting him anymore.
Out there for public consumption, because that is the main thing that makes my existence more interesting than the average person.
Yeah, it definitely comes with its costs. But I mean, it also gave me a career. Like if I hadn't made that Cuties review, well, also, I don't. It's a weird thing. Like that gets described as a controversial opinion, but like, if we're not talking about ourselves, we all know that like other adult men are often attracted to preteen girls.
No, they're not.
Right? Like that's not. If you had a 11-year-old, you wouldn't let her leave the house dressed like that.
Definitely, yeah, I would not.
And the reason would be that there are lots of men who would like look at her, if not actually try to like assault her.
Yes, sick fucking people like you that would say stuff out loud, and people who listen to you and think it's okay to say that. And it would be inappropriate for an 11-year-old to dress like a 20-year-old. The fuck is wrong with him?
I mean, all you have to do is listen to a podcast or read some stats about how many
Yes.
people are trading in child porn and how
It's very popular.
Yeah, how many child porn images are being traded on Facebook and Google
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever every
gross.
day that
It's
will
real
quickly make you
gross.
realize that this is not. I mean, it may be a fringe sexual behavior, but it's not
I
a
don't think it is.
relevant percentage of people who are engaging in this.
I would say it's a pretty large percentage.
Right.
Oh, engaging in child, actually looking at child porn. Oh, yeah, that's definitely not a large percentage. But
No, right. But shouldn't like those people be ostracized, right? And and kind of condemned for it and shamed for it.
Well, I mean,
Yes,
that's
but
a big
that-
part of
but-
it too, is how powerless the law enforcement kind of is to prosecute any significant percentage of these people, because there are so many people doing it. But yeah,
yes, it's very bad. Like what? Yes, child porn's bad. Again, like I feel like you're doing it again. Like we're trying to talk about something here, and you keep saying that child. Like why don't you say something else about child porn other than it's bad?
No,
We all
right?
think child porn is bad.
No, right. So
This motherfucker. Okay, you know what? This irritates me about Mr. Girl too. Motherfucker, you don't have a platform right now. Okay? You're not on YouTube anymore. Why are you being fucking disrespectful to someone giving you a goddamn platform? Why are you being disrespectful? When they're not disrespecting you.
I think the point is this, right? Like you're trying to toe that line of I'm not a pedophile. I'm trying to toe that line of I think you are a pedophile, and that's where like this argument I think is going.
Why don't you just say it?
I think you're a pedophile.
What is that?
Boom.
Can you define pedophile?
I think that you are attracted to like underage kids,
You know,
preteens.
my manager has a rule for me that I'm gonna not my manager, he's like my editor, my decision editor.
Mhm.
He says, don't let people call you a pedophile for money. I'm gonna break it today. I'm giving you a pass. I'm giving you a P-word pass.
Shouldn't you ask the question rather than declaring him to be that?
No.
If you told I think Destiny like he don't think I guess being attracted to a 10-year-old kid is wrong, that comes off as like
Yes.
I'm gonna told his line.
Wait. Let me. Can I give you a little context here before
Yeah,
you?
sure. Let's
Okay.
get the context on that statement.
I don't think wanting to push somebody in front of a subway is wrong. I don't think wanting to shoot up your school is wrong. I don't think wanting to rape your grandmother is wrong. I don't think it's wrong to think about anything. I'm not going to say doing those things. This is very, very bad. But I'm not going to say that I think it's wrong to think something. You know, like if I'm playing Call of Duty and I kill 50 people, the things I'm thinking about doing are wrong. The simulation of what I'm doing, like the things, it would be wrong to do that. But thinking about it and pretending is not wrong. So I feel like part of the problem is people assume that if you make a statement about a thought you had or a sexual feeling you had, that you're saying that was
dear
good.
God.
But
oh, dear God. I can tell you now, if a friend of mine, and they could be one of my best friends, if a friend of mine came up to me and said, I've been having thoughts of raping my grandmother. I couldn't be friends with them anymore. Because that's a very, 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 very disgusting thought. No, Paige, you are not going to charge me 1,800 pounds if you do it, okay? I don't have that kind of money. Oh, dear God. This man, oh, God, I hate this man. I cannot stand this man.
I'm not making a moral statement about that. That's why I have a song called I Can Fantasize About Whatever I Want.
Do you fantasize about 10-year-old girls?
I'm not going to answer questions about my sexual fantasies.
No, motherfucker. No. See, this is what he does. He will not answer direct questions. He will not answer direct questions. He never answers direct questions.
So
Also, for a couple reasons. One,
Okay, that's
you
fine.
would never answer the same question.
I've never fantasized about.
No,
a
I know
10-year-old girl.
you'll pretend to answer questions about your sexual
No, I've never
fantasies, but
fantasized about 10-year-old girl, my brother. I'm not.
I understand that you will virtue signal. I know you've been doing it since
No,
we started talking.
listen,
And I know
I'm
that you're
virtue
going. I know that.
I'm not a weirdo.
Wow.
Let me. Yeah, you're a normal person with normal thoughts. Let me finish what I'm
Sure,
saying, and
go ahead,
then you can have an explosion of virtue signaling and make yourself feel better. This is why if you had a YouTube channel,
He does.
okay, I wouldn't watch it because I don't want to watch a guy talk about how the thoughts he doesn't have.
I promise you, I don't want you part of my audience. I can promise you that. I don't want you here. I don't want you in my chat. I don't want you here. I'd ask, what about that question makes you uncomfortable? See, Paige, that's why you should have talked to him.
Right. I mean, nobody
Okay,
probably
so-
would click on a YouTube video that was
Not
basically
dating,
just you
Like,
saying
I'm not a
that you-
pedophile. I fantasize about adult women. Come check it out, guys. Okay, here's why I won't answer questions about this. One, I don't believe that you're honest enough to actually have that conversation.
Oh,
Two,
my God.
Part of a lot of my content is about empathy, and I think we have a problem with people abusing children, people trading in child porn, and doing other harmful behaviors like that. And I think we have this knee-jerk reaction, and we try to use shame and ostracization to protect children. So I think what you're saying is coming from a good place. I think it's noble to want to protect children from predators and from people who make and even people who view child pornography. And I want to protect children from those people too. But I don't think that ostracizing those people does that. I think it drives them into secrecy and into drug abuse and into child abuse. I think that if it were socially appropriate not to be a pedophile out, I don't think we should be out and proud about being a pedophile. But I think it should be appropriate enough that you can tell, like, your brother did child abuse. I think that if it were socially appropriate not to be a pedophile out, I don't think we should be out and proud about being a pedophile.
I don't think we should be out and proud about being a pedophile. Notice he said we. That's a really good question, Paige. Who's we? I'm going to let y'all stir on that real quick because I'm going to get me a drink. Oh, Tipster Raid. Woohoo, Tipster Raid. And guess what? I was in top chat this whole damn time. So if I missed your chat, I am sorry. Tipster Raid. Welcome everybody who's coming from Tipster. Y'all just listened about one pedophile and we're talking about another one. Congratulations. And Paige Christie talked about Destry earlier, so it's apparently pedo night on YouTube and Twitch. Woohoo! Thank you for the raid, Tipster. I appreciate it. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to get me a drink. Everybody who's from my chat, be nice to the people and say thank you for the tipster raid. Hearts in the chat for tipster, damn it. Hearts in the chat for tipster. Pumpkin, what do you want? Ma'am. The only reason why I wasn't already here is because Tippy started first. I love you, Xylie. Well, apparently you don't love me enough. Because apparently Tipster's better. We gotta stay over on Tipster. No, it's fine. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think Xylie looked at chat
Tippy, Xylie page, pedo topic, trifecta. I hate it. Thank you, Inklet. Jessica Pizzle for 2. Boobies in the chat for Tipster. No, it's all good. Thank you for the raid, Tipster. I appreciate it, my dude. That's awesome of you. Always the homie.
I think Xylie looked at chat on that one.
Oh, yeah, and that's changing next week, too. All right? We're getting rid of the whole umbrella thing. We're getting rid of that. We're just moving right along. I might do a really cute, like, fall theme and let that last until, like, Thanksgiving, and then we'll change it to, like, a Christmas theme. So, hell yeah. Because I really want to, I don't know, I'm in the holiday spirit this year. I even decorated my house. So. All right, so let's keep going. But yes, it's funny that Mr. Girl says, don't think we should be out and proud about being a pedophile. I just think it's interesting that he says we in that statement. See, every time I come up with my theory, I don't think he's a pedophile, he fucking ruins it for me. Etsy has some good stream elements. Oh yeah, that's where I got my the pink that comes around here, like my old setup. That's where I got it from. I got it from Etsy. All right, so let's keep going.
But I think it should be appropriate enough that you can tell.
Yes,
like,
Octavia, 100%.
Your
Okay, I'm sorry. Octavia says, and Octavia's statement is very true, actually. Mr. Girl is an immature, abusive man who uses his intelligence to gaslight his target. 1,000%. Octavia, you hit the nail on the fucking head with that.
your cousin. You could tell your friend. Or you could tell your parents. Say, look, I'm struggling with this, having these thoughts. I need help.
Right.
And then go get therapy or whatever treatment, or just like have people know, like, just don't leave me around kids. Don't put me. I can't be trusted.
I have a question for both of you. Let's say there's a person who has, who's attracted to minors. They have that urge and they never act on it. Is that a good person? Is that a good person? Can you acknowledge that that's a good person? Because there's a lot of people who maybe have a desire to shoot people, who have desires to get into road rage incidents and scream in people's faces, and they don't do it, and we would still consider that person a good person, right? So we know there's probably a lot for every pedophile out there. There's probably another person who is attracted to the same people, the same children that pedophile is attracted to, who doesn't act on it. Can you acknowledge that person could be?
How do we define good person? Like, for example, if somebody just deep down, wait, right? If somebody just deep down and hate, okay, so they're let's say a bold racist, but they don't act on their racism, are they a good person? So how do we, define what a good person is?
I think Christianity defines a good person as somebody who does not give in to what the devil whispers in their ear.
Right.
I don't care about Sky Daddy. No religion tells me whether somebody's a good person or not. Because somebody can be religious and not a good person at the exact same time.
Everybody wants to sin, and everybody sins in their mind.
I don't think that religion should define like, what a good person is, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
I'm not
religious,
religious. I'm not
probably does,
religious. I don't think it should. I'm not religious, but
Same.
I think that's a pretty good like outline for what a good person is. I think we all know that people want to do horrible things all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey, Russell, for me is I try not to like toe the line of like good and bad, right? Because like again, like we all have our like own moral compass, right? So we're like what we like deep down believes is good and right, and then there's what's good for society, which is ethical, right? So like if we're saying if these characteristics are I guess like destructive for like society, is this good or bad? But then like those characteristics that's destructive for like society, deep down your moral compass is telling you those are good characteristics. So I guess like I kind of just like talk about like what's destructive or what's productive for like society.
Okay. Do you think that molesting kids is productive?
No.
Okay, so it's good to not molest kids.
Yes.
So I think what Adam's asking is, do you see how it's better to not do something bad if you happen to want to do the bad thing?
I think, right, like, again, having those thoughts, or, again, right, like, look, doing something out of impulse, like saying,
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I think thoughts can, not always, okay? Because, listen, I've had thoughts of wanting to punch a mofo, but I never did it, okay? But if you have thoughts enough times, I think it leads to actions. You know what I'm saying? So that's my personal thing. Oh, yes, please like the stream. And if you are not subscribed, please subscribe, please. Thank you.
saying, damn, bro, I wish I could shoot this guy right now, right? Because you were pissed off in that. I think that's a tad bit different from having a sexual attraction that's lifelong to a 5-year-old girl without seeking help.
Here's the thing is that if a man is attracted to children, he did not choose to become attracted to children. It's almost certainly the result of like childhood trauma. I mean, you could make the same argument that you don't really have free will to make the decision about anything. You didn't choose to be black.
Okay, and a serial killer, and a serial killer didn't always grow up wanting to be a serial killer. It's usually childhood trauma or something like that. So, what do we do with serial killers? I'm just saying. I mean, you can put that with anything. Anything. A crack addict. They didn't grow up wanting to be a crack addict. But because of trauma or stuff like that, they became a crack addict. I mean, we can, Adam, we can use that for anything. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. And I like Adam.
I didn't choose to be tall. A pedophile just doesn't choose to have that attraction. So like maybe what I think Mr. Gross saying is that society will throw a pedophile in prison, but they won't offer any sort of like help or counseling to a person who's dealing with those.
I'm sorry. Once. Okay, so you can't throw people in jail because of their thoughts. But I'm telling you right now, once you touch a child in that way, I don't think our system does enough. I don't think our system does enough. I think there's more to be done. I don't think throwing them in jail is enough. Personally. Once you touch that child, all I'm going to say is, I don't give a fuck what happens to you. Okay? Just saying. Small PP member for 3 months. Hell yeah. So, that's where I'm going to leave that one. Once you touch a child, I don't give a fuck. I think we should do a little bit more to you than just throw you in jail. I don't care about fucking counseling. You touched a fucking kid. I don't care about counseling. You touched a fucking child. Paige said something good up here. Hold on. This is giving Map is a sexuality, but yes, very much so.
Feelings before the moment where they throw the prison, right?
Yeah, if people find out that those thoughts are in your head, they'll want to kill you.
I feel like is expressing those thoughts and then saying there's nothing wrong with those thoughts. That's where people say, what's going on? Like, for example, if somebody says, listen, I'm a pedophile, and yo, like, this is a fucked up thing. I think sexual attraction to kids is fucked up, and I need help. I think people would be a tad bit more lenient, but then there comes with just, like, the automatic distrust for people like that, you know?
Okay, so let's have the pedophile argument. You think I'm a pedophile because I said the girls and cuties were hot.
Okay, hold that thought. Inklet for $4.99. These people deserve what they
I think
dished out.
Xylie
All I'm saying.
looked at chat on that one.
I think anybody who's sexually attracted to underage kids, you know, especially kids like before puberty, is a pedophile.
Well, can you just define it? Is it before puberty or is it after puberty too?
Now, again, according to the actual definition, I think it's before puberty, but...
Well, according to the actual definition, you have to have a sustained, recurring attraction to prepubescent children, an intense attraction that lasts for more than 6 months. But I think your definition is...
Well, technically, you've been talking your shit for more than 6 months, sir. Just saying. When did the Cuties video come out? What year? Just throwing it out there.
Bit broader than that,
Because
right?
your definition doesn't even include having acted on it. Or does the definition
No.
mean that you have to have acted on it?
No, yeah, you also have to have acted on it.
You sure?
Or, yeah, you either have to have acted on it or it has to cause you distress.
Well, that's why they have that distinction now where they say MAPS, minor attracted persons or some shit.
Yeah. Then, like, there's the non-offensive.
I don't trust a fucking map either. I don't trust a fucking map either. 2 years ago. So he's been spewing this shit for 2 years. So I guess that makes you a pedophile then, huh? Because you've been talking about it for 2 fucking years.
Offended map, right? Which is kind of like, you know, somebody who hasn't acted on it. You know, which is, you know.
So if you're going to call me a pedophile, can
Yes,
you provide
Nixon.
a definition so I can, you know,
Yeah.
respond?
No, right. Again, like, my definition for that is being attracted to 10-year-olds or kids before puberty. Now, even if somebody says, listen, and I'm attracted to a 17-year-old girl, to me, that's kind of fucked up. But like, would I be willing to call you a fucking pedophile for being attracted to Kylie Jenner when she was like 5 months before turning 18? That's right. You know, like, I'm not sure, right? But if you have,
Wait. You're not sure? You're not sure if being attracted to a 17-year-old makes you a pedophile?
again, according to the actual definition, my definition,
And
yeah.
you just named a 17-year-old that you thought was hot when she was 17,
no.
so it feels like you kind of backed yourself into a corner there.
Yeah, you just
was
called yourself
17
a
when she was 17
pedophile.
though.
Huh?
I was 17 when she was
Oh,
17.
well, okay. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
right?
So looking back on it, you think you're like,
But
oh,
I'm sure
what
if you
was
had
I thinking?
If you had been 19, you probably would have thought she was hot at 17.
Yeah, my girlfriend when I was 13 and I both went down on each other. I have these horrible thoughts in my head because I have this video in my head of me going down on a 13-year-old. I have to go get a fucking lobotomy to get it carved out of my brain so I don't kill myself. It's so awful.
I recently took my old VHS tapes from
I
when I was in
hate
high
him
school and
so
had this
much.
place like put it on a hard drive for me, and I went back and I was looking at it, and there's a clip of like me and my girlfriend when we were like 18 and her tits are out, and it was like, you know, she was 18, but it was like if I had filmed that, you know, 6 months beforehand, she would have been underage, and that would have been a kind of awkward feeling.
yeah.
Would have been even more awkward if they had like
This dude,
reported the videotape to the authorities or something.
It would, yeah. You can actually get in trouble for I'm sure they wouldn't prosecute, but you might get arrested.
Right.
All right, so continue. You might be a pedophile if you're attracted to 17-year-olds. This is so interesting. What else?
What? No. Again, like, my definition to where I would feel absolutely comfortable saying this nigga is a sicko
Yeah.
is if you have an attraction to 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds,
okay.
right? Now,
Wait, 13? So if I'm attracted to 14-year-olds, I'm not a sicko.
no. I said, et cetera, right now.
Wait, yeah,
If a
I'm
kid is,
asking just an age. Can you just give a number below which you think someone is a pedophile?
according to the actual definition is like before puberty. According to me, where I would feel comfortable calling somebody
Just say the number.
Listen, where I'll feel comfortable calling somebody a pedophile, I think it has to do with like an age range, right? Like meaning if somebody is an 18-year-old kid and attracted to a 17-year-old, he's not really
Okay, I'm 37, so let's use me.
Yeah.
What age?
If you're attracted to a 17-year-old at the age of 37, you are a pedophile.
18?
No, 17. I said.
Oh, so
I'm definitely attracted to 17-year-olds.
Yeah, man.
100%, 100,000%.
it's probably worth mentioning that would be legal in like the majority of the United States as well.
Yeah.
Act upon that.
You sure?
It's legal to have sex with 17-year-olds.
Yeah, right.
16 in most states, I think.
No, I think
Nah,
it's like half, or 16 or 17.
Yeah, right. But
depends on the state because some states have Romeo and Juliet laws for that. Oh, God. We have a drunk Leon in the chat. All right, I'm drunk. What are we talking about? Mr. Girl. We're talking about Mr. Girl.
But again, I still think though, like there's something, you know, just wrong with like that picture, a 37-year-old man.
Legally, for
being-
sure. But
being
I think that like
attracted to a 16-year-old girl.
his whole thing is that he's not willing to budge on acknowledging the reality of the fact that if a girl's 18 or a girl's 17, you as a human being are not going to be able to tell the difference.
If a girl is 16 or what?
Like a 17 or an 18-year-old, your brain is not such a finely tuned age guessing machine that you're going to be able to tell the difference. And you just acknowledged it by saying that you thought Kylie Jenner was hot when she was 17 and a half or whatever.
Well, I was 17 too.
I can muddy the waters even more and say that there are girls who get into porn who are like 18 or 19 who
Tracy Lords.
who look younger than the average 17-year-old, let's say, and they actually go out of their ways to wear little baby doll outfits and they'll get fake
yeah.
braces and shit like that. They're literally doing
yeah.
everything they can to make themselves look prepubescent, and they'll be huge in some cases.
Well, he's going to say those people are all pedophiles. Or if you got in a plane crash age.
It's the
Wait, I
pubescent.
want-
Okay, this whole plane crash thing is wild. Yep, I agree, tipster.
right? You know, and that's what people have an issue with.
I'm gonna ask you a hypothetical question.
Sure.
Well, you said I'm a pedophile because I'm attracted to 17-year-olds.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay, so if you got a plane crash, very tragic plane crash, everybody died except you and a 17-year-old cheerleader. You're on a deserted island. You don't have enough food for 6 months, so you are going to die. You don't have water for 6 months, so you're going to die in 6 months. And she wants to have sex. Would you do it?
Me, no. But like, you've done a very great job, right?
Wait.
And I transitioned this
That's
from
what he
you being
does.
attracted to like 10-year-old kids. So now we're talking about
He
17-year-olds.
never said that. Let's be
Can I
clear.
ask?
He said that though.
He didn't say he was attracted to 10-year-olds.
In the movie, yeah, they were like 12 years old, like 10 or 12.
Well, I'll get.
This is what he always does. This is how he got kicked out of Bosch's conversation because Bosch kicked him out because he was talking about a 12-year-old's panties.
To that in a second.
Yeah.
What would be your rationale for not having sex with this horny, desperate 17-year-old? She's going to die a virgin if you don't do this, and you're going to go to hell. But for sending her to her grave without having sex, why wouldn't you do it?
One, right? And like that like hypothetical has nothing to do with again what we're talking about right now is your attraction to a 10 or 12-year-old girl, right? So like
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second.
No, listen, right? Because I feel like that particular hypothetical is trying to like muddy up the waters, you know, and it's a dishonest.
I don't see that muddies the waters. If you're not attracted to 17, like if I was on an island with like a 500-pound fat guy, and he was like, please fuck my ass, I probably would just not do it.
Yeah, I
even
wouldn't
if
do
I'm
it.
only 6 months late, because I'm not interested.
That's why when I hear about prison rape stuff, I'm just constantly wondering like what actually happens to your brain if you're in prison for that long. Because to me, if I was locked up with a bunch of dudes for 10 years, I'm not fucking them.
I would. 100%. I
See,
would.
he's definitely.
I don't think there's anything I would get out of fucking a man's asshole that I wouldn't get out of jerking off.
I
besides
can't
being
stand this
disgusted by the
dude.
scenes. But I mean,
fucking-
heck, we all fall on different parts of the spectrum.
Nah, but fucking an asshole is definitely not ever in the picture, right? Well, a man asshole.
A man else.
That's what they say till they get in that plane crash.
But that's why I wonder,
That,
like, what's-
that 17-year-old
Oh.
spreading her cheeks, and then you start thinking about your life, start changing your decision. So what would your rationale be? Why wouldn't you do it?
I'm just not interested.
But if you saw her ID and it said that she was 18, do you think you could get it up then?
Again, if she looks like a what, like a regular like high
Looks like
school
a regular
chick,
regular 17-year-old.
yeah, I'm just not interested, man. You feel me? Again, bro, I'm not attracted to kids. Now, again, 17, 18,
Okay.
that might be more so like a nuanced conversation, but your attraction to 12-year-olds is not nuanced, bro. That's a sick shit.
Okay, so I'll speak to that. I don't think saying, do you think if I say like I think Brad Pitt is a good-looking guy, do you think that, or if I say he's kind of hot, do you think that means I'm bisexual?
Again, if you are attracted to like,
This is what he always does. He changes it to something completely different so you can go off on a tangent on the oh my god. He always answers questions with other questions. I hate this dude.
Brad Pitt, then you're a bisexual.
Yeah, but I didn't say I'm attracted to kids. I said in this movie when they were wearing makeup and twerking, they were kind of hot. and it
Nixon,
was
I'm
uncomfortable.
live right
Don't you
now.
think that
Why
the-
are
don't
you
think the only
DMing
reason
me?
that's an interesting thing to say is if you're not a pedophile?
But why was you uncomfortable? Again, because you watched this movie and had this sexual attraction to these 10 or 12-year-old girls who were gyrating their hips.
Oh,
Me
I
personally,
believe it.
I wouldn't watch cuties and look at 12-year-old girls like shaking ass and feel like, damn, bro, like they're fucking hot.
Hot definitely is not a word I would ever use to describe it because hot is a
It's
judgment
sick.
call. It's like if there's a dude in a G-string with a six-pack
believe it,
dancing
Nixon.
here,
I
and I
saw
say he's
it.
hot. Okay, fine, but that means that's a judgment call on my part.
Yeah, but that
Myself
doesn't mean
personally, I would not
you
find that hot.
fuck him though.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess I could say he's hot in the sense of like me making the assumption
Inklet.
that women or people
You
who are
ain't
attracted
gotta tell
men would
me
think
to
he's hot.
breathe.
But
What?
I would say,
Like,
oh, you're hot because I am not personally.
yeah,
for
I
the
will.
same reason if I watch
I'll
cuties,
watch it.
I assume that hot is not a word I would ever think to use to describe a bunch of people I'm not attracted to.
Yeah, also too is
gyrating
like,
around.
I don't want to be like kind of like unfair to him, right? By saying, right, but kind of just like
you do. No,
right?
don't do
But,
this.
like,
Don't do this. Don't do this.
ambushing him, right?
Don't do
Yeah.
this passive aggressive shit. You're obviously ambushing
especially
me.
during-
We're
listen,
gonna spend the
especially
entire
during-
the entire podcast talking about this one thing
Especially
because you need
during-
you need to
and-
virtue signal about it and
interview.
talk about how you're not a
No.
pedophile. This entire conversation, which could have been
We
like
can
an
move on if you
interview
want.
or like
Yeah.
we could have talked about my work or my ideas. The only thing anybody's gonna take away from this is that you're not a pedophile.
You're such a piece of shit, Mr. Girl. I swear to God. I swear to God. He's so bad faith when he talks to people and when he argues with them. He's so fucking bad faith. And you got people like Lab out there praising his name like he's the Lord and fucking Savior. Oh my God.
And you are?
I don't know. I don't know your audience that well. I mean,
Question for you,
I
question
don't-
for you though, right? Have you ever watched child porn?
No.
Wait, so then, like, why was you, I guess, unwilling to like answer like that question during one of like the previous? I think you were on.
Because watching child porn is an immoral. Well, first of all, I said in the Cuties review, I've never watched child porn. Second of all, it's an immoral, illegal act. It should be illegal, and it's wrong and harmful and destructive to society and bad for kids. You're paying somebody to rape kids on your behalf.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Maybe this could be the last.
Wait. The fact that you're still that it seems like you can't wrap your fucking head around that. So let me explain it to you. Thinking something and feeling something is not the same as doing it. And if you cannot separate thoughts from actions, you are not going to be able to have a conversation with me that gets off the ground at all, because you're so like intent on distancing yourself from your own thoughts as if they're actions.
I've never thought
you're not
about
you can't you honestly don't know the difference between a pedophile and a child molester.
We definitely do.
It doesn't seem like it.
We've sat here for about like 30 minutes, right? And we broke down, being sexually attracted to kids and actually going out and like molesting kids. We both identified that difference. But what I'm saying is that behavior should still be condemned, right? Again, we should still be able to.
Yeah, you already said that. I can't believe now you're at the point where you're like, guys, let me repeat what I've been saying for the last 30 minutes.
He already.
I heard you. I was there, motherfucker. I heard what you said for 30 fucking minutes. You're like a fucking broken record. Stop talking.
But then why did you just say though? No, why did you just say then? Like, no, listen. Why did you just say though? Why did you just say though? I cannot identify the difference between a pedophile and a child molester.
This is
when I've identified that difference for 30 minutes.
Have conversations because my conversational partners often cannot handle having a conversation.
Because you don't know how to have a conversation. It's because you... Okay, listen. This is where Mr. Girl, this is where he gets frustrated. And God forbid if Flakko was a woman, he would have been 10 times worse than he is right now. Okay? Mr. Girl, when he's in conversations with people, he feels that he has to be in control of the fucking conversation. And it doesn't matter... It doesn't matter if he's on his platform or someone else's. That's why Abba from Abba and Preach told his ass off and told him, this is why nobody likes you, Mr. Girl, because you don't shut the fuck up. Yeah, Leon, I think that microphone is probably a little bit bigger. Just saying.
You are shaking right now because you're upset.
Yes, I'm fucking furious.
Why?
You because you are the embodiment of everything I fucking hate about YouTube, content creation, and my job. You are the reason I hate my job. Yes, I'm shaking.
Because we are non-sickos with non-sicko opinions, and you believe that your sicko opinions. No, again, I'm open to having every conversation.
You won't even let me finish a sentence, dude.
Bro, go ahead.
Okay. It's a very common sentiment in my audience and other people's audiences, especially Destiny's, for people to say, man, I really love your solo stuff. But when you get in a conversation, it just goes in circles. This is why. Because often the people I talk to can't stop saying the same fucking thing over and over again.
Okay. Now let's break that down for a second. I really like it when you do your solo stuff, but when you get in conversations with people, it always goes in circles. If the conversations with you always go in circles, but yet those same people can go have conversations with other people and it not go in circles, who do you think is the fucking problem? If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, it's a fucking duck.
Yeah, that seems fair. Let me just ask this question. What attracted you to making content about this subject matter when this is content or like a subject that the vast majority of people avoid like the plague because the optics of even being associated with it in any way are, potentially very bad?
Nothing specifically attracted me to this topic. I've made, I don't know, like 150 video essays, and one of them was about cuties and one of them was about pedophiles. So it's a 1.5% of my videos are about this topic.
Right.
I guess after people started calling me a pedophile, then it became a dialogue. Then it became a war. So then I'm like, okay, if you're gonna call me a pedophile, then I'm gonna rap about it for sure. But the topic is interesting because, Elvis's wife, I think when he married her was like 14 or 15.
Yep.
We don't think of Elvis as a pedophile.
We do.
Well, you do all of a sudden now that you just learned that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you're gonna go out and get a fucking tattoo that says Elvis is a pedophile on your fucking forehead. I know you. I understand what you're.
R. Kelly video. I've stated we condemn R. Kelly, but not Elvis. So I've been stated that opinion already.
That's fine. I'm talking about us societally, right? Generally, when you say Elvis, people don't say, "Oh, that pedophile." I believe that the internet has created a wonderland for child abusers. I interviewed a police lieutenant who told me that most child porn now is created by children. People groom 8-year-olds into using their camera phones, into taking pictures and videos of themselves. So the days of the white van are over. Now it's more about grooming and developing a relationship with an 8-year-old, which in the past would have been impossible. When I was a kid, the idea of a stranger having access to me and a private camera I had and the ability to send them pictures of myself would be unthinkably horrific to my parents. My parents were pretty shitty, but they would not have ever allowed that to happen. But now, because mommy and daddy want an iPad and want you to have an iPad so you'll have something to do while they ignore you, now every kid has a camera and has the ability, and now that these apps and social media platforms are connecting strange adults who think that the girls and cuties are hot, to your children. And that's pretty bad. Like, there's a reason we don't, like, if an adult wanted to have a sleepover with your child, we would call that weird, right? We'd be like, oh, you shouldn't let your 12-year-old daughter or son hang out with a 37-year-old, right?
Right.
But it's totally normalized now for adults to have private access to children. I believe we're trying to compensate. I believe that we don't want to give up the convenience of all the other things these platforms provide us, and we're trying to compensate for this by being obsessively shameful of the urge or of the thoughts or of pedophilia itself, rather than being like, even like, if you had proof that like 10 men were like normal, average, adults, you still wouldn't let them be alone with your 10-year-old daughter, right?
Yeah,
it's still not a good idea. It's weird.
I mean, if there wasn't a good reason, yeah, I guess.
Yo, listen.
But just socially, because they want to hang out, right?
Yeah, that would be odd.
Yes, but for some reason online is fine. So what I've been talking about a lot lately is that I think that the platforms need to be held accountable for this, and platforms need to stop connecting adults to children.
Right. I mean, I have a 2-year-old daughter, and me and my girl have this conversation all the time of like, at what age will we let her look at TikTok without parental advisory? At what point are you going to just allow her to be able to hop on YouTube whenever you want? Which, at a certain point, how the fuck are you even going to stop her when you got YouTube on every TV in the house? It's like,
yeah.
And even then beyond that, I mean, all these apps, like, I have a friend who discovered his, 12-year-old daughter having conversations with strange men in the DMs on TikTok, which I don't even know if he realized there were DMs on TikTok. I mean, if you have kids,
why are there DMs on shit? Yeah, it's a video. TikTok is an app for teenagers to film themselves dancing.
Well, but there's a lot of stuff going on there, and I've used the DMs on TikTok to have conversations or set up interviews or whatever. It's just
exactly.
So once you really get into it, it's just like
watch what you're doing. You're talking about your own daughter
right.
in one breath and saying strange men are going to be able to DM her on TikTok, and I'm not going to be able to control what she's posting on there. And the next breath, you're like, but I have gotten some pretty good like business deals. So
right.
It's a trade-off.
I think for a kid using it, there has to be an option for you to be able to turn off the DMs and be able to censor.
Okay.
I mean,
by the time
app
a
is
kid's
very
12,
censored.
I mean, that's a huge conversation to have, is when you're going to let your child be able to do that. Yeah, he does. That's all he does. He shifts the goalposts. I thought Elvis's wife was 21 when they married. No, Primal. Nope. She was 14 or 15 years old. She was a child. She was an absolute child. What was Elvis's wife's name again? Thank you, Priscilla. Priscilla Presley. What age when she They got married in Las Vegas when she was 21. Elvis and Priscilla got married when 1967. When she first met when she first met Elvis, she was 14. He met Priscilla at a party at his rented home. And though only 14 years old, she made a huge impression on him. Priscilla's manager put the pressure, Presley's manager put the pressure on her marry soon. We'd been together for 6 years. So they were together for 6 years before they got married at 21. So he was dating her when she was 14 and when she was 15. He married her when she was 21. So yes, the marriage is when she was 21, but he was already dating her at 16. Or 15. Excuse me. She was 15 when they were dating. When they started dating. So yes, technically, he married her at 21. They were together as a couple at 15 years old. Elvis the singer, yes. Listen, have y'all seen that movie about the groupies and that one young kid that was writing for Rolling Stone? What's the name of that movie? What is the name of that movie? I know somebody in here knows it. Almost Famous. Do you know the main groupie chick? She was 16 years old. And she was the main groupie chick. Not the actress, but the real life story about that main chick, she was 16. When it comes to underage girl and the music industry, it has a long history of underage girls. A long history of underage girls being all up in the music industry. So, it's not new. Back in the day, there was a term, back in the 80s, early 90s, there was a term called tenderoni. That's what a tenderoni was. It was an underage girl. There's a long history of underage girls when it comes to the music industry. Yep. Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin. Yep. Nobody batted an eye. Well, no, I think they batted an eye at his because it was cousin. But then again, his cousin was also, I believe, Jerry Falwell, and he got in a big fight with his cousin Jerry Falwell, who was a big Bible guy. Yep. There you go, tipster, exactly. Entertainment industry in general. Long history of underage girls. This shit has happened for a very long time. And now with social media, now it gets called out. Aaliyah married R. Kelly. She was 15 when Aaliyah married R. Kelly. And you know the sad part? Because I remember it. It was in 1994. It was the year I graduated high school. Do you know what everybody was saying? She was a fast girl. She was fast. R. Kelly was the man for marrying her, but she was fast. She was a little hoe. Everybody was like, she's a little hoe. Aaliyah's a little hoe. But R. Kelly's the man for marrying her because look how hot she is. She was 15. And it was acceptable. It was acceptable. So, just saying.
In general,
A 12-year-old kid will be able to get around that.
right? There needs to be a method to be able to do it that actually works. Is
Yes.
how I would.
I
say.
100%
There needs to
agree.
be like locked kid mode on every app that you let them use.
I agree.
Okay, so the topic is interesting to me because it's an area where even the most open-minded people will still engage in thought policing.
What?
Pedophilia. And
Yeah.
I'm against thought policing. And I'm against restricting speech. And this is an area where people do not believe in free speech. They do not believe in autonomy or freedom. They think you should be locked up for your thoughts. They think you should be locked up for your speech. And yeah, so the combination of I want to protect kids and I want to protect free speech, like that's why like there's a few things like
I'm gonna be honest. I don't want Mr. Girl locked up for his speech. It ain't locked up that I think of when it comes to Mr. Girl. I'm gonna be honest with you.
they care about more than children free speech.
But
So-
nobody thinks that you should be locked up for thinking about child porn. They think that you should be locked up for engaging in that behavior or going out of your way to download or obtain child porn, right?
I've gotten thousands of death threats.
That's because people think that you're going beyond that though, right?
Right.
It doesn't matter.
And no, I wasn't talking about death threats. FYI.
I've said child porn's wrong. I said in the review that it shouldn't have been made with kids.
Right.
Right.
Like, I mean, I understand
So there's people who would happily send me to jail for life for what I've said. And if you don't believe that, then
well, it's definitely foolish.
I'm not, it doesn't matter. Calling them idiots doesn't mean anything.
Right.
You see that you're speaking, but it doesn't fucking mean anything.
And we don't understand, right? But like your point of identifying people who want to send you to jail for thinking that you, or like, that you are attracted to kids, right? I guess like we don't understand that. Again, if those people will like throw you in jail for thinking about child porn, that's not the majority of Americans. Like that's like a very small group of people.
Let me give you a hypothetical.
It's not a small group.
There's this dude who has been doing the rounds on people's podcasts and everything. I think his name's Christian. He was on Sam Harris's podcast at one point and stuff. And he used to be this like diehard neo-Nazi. Has all these crazy ass stories about walking up in a McDonald's and beating the fuck out of a black family in the McDonald's. Crazy shit like this, like the worst stuff you could ever think of. And he goes to prison for a period of time. He gets out. Now he's all anti-racist and he goes on all these podcasts and talks about how to keep kids from becoming extremists and all this kind of stuff. And it's interesting how he seems like he's widely given a pass for his past behavior, which is pretty horrific. And it's interesting that he gets away with that, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't, but that grace is not given to many other perpetrators of crimes, right?
Yeah, I don't know too much about him, So,
Mr. Girl, what do you think? Like, because clearly, a child rapist would not be treated the same way.
Okay, look, I'm gonna give a pass to someone who sold crack versus someone who touched a child in an inappropriate way. I'm sorry. I don't care about that crack dealer compared to the motherfucker over here touching kids. Sorry. One's just trying to make money and do what he's got to do. The other one touching kids. He or she, excuse me. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, we wouldn't put a child rapist like in daycares to tell.
They're not gonna let him repent or in any way, talk about his past behavior, right? Which is probably for the best, but
Yeah.
I don't know how I wouldn't want to be a part of allowing them to repent publicly or talk about that. But I mean, it's someone's lived experience. It's,
in order for society to be able to raise kids, there's like a pact of like the urge to kill people, especially kill people who look different from you, is probably advantageous at one time. Like when we were hunter-gatherers, if you want to kill another tribe, that's probably a good thing for your genetics.
Default, yeah.
Pedophiles betray their own families and their own society.
Right.
The pedophile is not raping the kid. If you rape kids in another tribe, like when Vietnam soldiers go and like rape women in like another like in a village in Vietnam, and we don't. That's a different feel. Like you're horrified by them, but you don't feel like I don't want them in America. You're like, okay, you can come back. You got to go to jail or for your crimes or whatever.
No, I feel the same way about rapists. I'm going to be kind of honest with you. I feel the same way about rapists. I do. I can put rapists right there with pedophiles. Very easy. Just saying. Brenda Lee, why are you doing songs? I don't understand what you're doing. Yeah, I'll put a rapist right with a pedophile. I'm fine with that. Give them the same goddamn treatment as I wish they would give a pedophile.
But you're not like, this person needs to be kicked out of the fucking country. A pedophile is different. A pedophile is going to, at least want to, betray your tribe. So I think that's why.
Yeah. Can we like switch gears real quick?
Yeah. What you got?
Yeah, man. No. So I think there's a video that people give you a bunch of flack for, right? I think you were like telling a story about how you like took this girl home, and she was down with damn near everything, and then as soon as you like took your penis out and put it in position, she like wanted you to stop, but you still put it in. So do you think, one, is that rape, and would you categorize yourself as a rapist? And then two, like what's your response to, I guess, like the backlash like folks gave you for that video?
Yeah, I'm a rapist in addition to being a pedophile.
Hey, man. At least you said it. I ain't said.
Anything else you want to say?
Nah. Can you like respond back to like that video though, of saying that you just had the urge to stick your dick in her after she like clearly wanted things like to stop?
Why don't you just say what you think?
He can't answer a
Instead of trying to get me
question.
to say you want me to say what you think of it. Why don't you say what you think?
No.
This is a tip for your YouTube channel.
No, listen.
Instead of saying what other people think,
No, listen.
try saying what you think.
Bro, trust me, bro. Like, I'm good on YouTube. You feel me? I have my success. But now I'm asking you.
There's different kinds of success.
I now have a channel and like you don't. So I would think that I've won that game, right?
Yes.
But
in that sense, you've won that game.
yeah,
That's true.
But
any number is bigger than 0.
Yeah. But that was rape, right?
No, it's not a question. It's a statement. You're trying to say
I'm
that was
asking
rape.
you,
So no,
from your
I
point
need
of view,
you-
is that rape?
I need you to reach down and find your balls and see if you can find a period somewhere in your balls and take it.
See, this is why I would have a hard time talking to Mr. Girl. He does not know how to answer a fucking question.
And put at the end of that sentence instead of a question mark. So say that was rape. And if you want to be a little bit of a bitch about it, you can say I think that was rape. But asking me, if you watch the video, you already know what I think.
Because I understand why he's offended. Because the video is about how consent is a nuanced thing and how there are these fringe cases like the one that he's discussing. And you seem kind of dead set on going with the most basic explanation, right?
No. Again, right? The reason like why like I asked him because again like this was supposed to be kind of like an interview, right? So like if
It's not an
me
interview.
coming out,
It's
right?
not an interview. It's just you talking about yourself and Adam.
How?
Awkwardly,
How about myself? We're talking about
awkwardly
you.
Trying, it's two adults trying to talk. And Adam trying to awkwardly talk to me without making you look too stupid because you're his friend.
Fam,
that's what's
fam,
happening.
listen, fam. Again, you are attracted to kids, a fucking pedophile. 2, you have
Yes.
admitted to raping women. That's 2.
Oh my god.
At some point,
Do
bro,
you
like
hate me?
No, I don't hate you at all, right?
What's your name? I don't even know your name.
At
Flakko.
some point, listen, right?
What is it?
At some point,
Oh,
though,
yeah, Flakko. You don't hate me?
at some point, though, when are you gonna like
Are you
stop
angry?
running
Are you-
away from like these conversations, bro? You feel me? Like
Are
why?
you, dude,
why
does my
every
content
time?
make you? Does my content make you angry?
Fuck no.
And
right?
that video in particular, he wasn't running away from the conversation. He made a whole video about something that he knew a lot of people were going to have that sort of knee-jerk reaction to, right?
Yeah. At what point am I gonna start running?
Yeah, right. It's like
Running to what?
Running from fucking questions when people ask you a goddamn question. That's what you're running from.
is
Jesus
like once he's
Christ.
asked about it, it's always this like super like defensive, you know, right? No, bro, listen, just talk about it. Do you
Okay.
feel like again?
I'll talk about it. I just want
Do
you
you
to
feel like-
understand that you are coming off as the most spineless, dickless,
How am I spineless?
ballless,
How am I spineless?
passive-aggressive- 'cause you're
I called you a
fucking
pedophile
passive-aggressive.
already. You feel me? Like,
But I just don't think
You
you're.
took-
and you're out here
you know,
shaking.
You danced
and
around
you're out
for
here
25.
shaking.
You
Look like
danced
you
around
about
it
to.
for.
Fam,
Okay,
listen,
you
bro.
want me to answer your question? Why I think
Fam,
it's
listen, bro.
spineless?
Fam, listen. Like you're here shaking, filled with anxiety. Like,
Yeah,
looks like you
yes,
about to
I'm
like,
angry. I'm
like
open
turn up this
about my
camera and
emotions.
off yourself, bro. Like
Yes,
I'm just
I'm
trying to
open
provide
about
some
my-
level of
yes.
like comfort.
Yes,
I can
I'm-
tell you
I'm-
a rapist without
I'm
even.
confident. I'm confident in my ability to express my emotions.
Sure.
Yes, I'm angry at you.
Okay.
I just think
See,
that like
see how easy
I'm
it is?
angry
to
at
say,
you. I don't know you.
I know. Okay.
this kind of reminds
So-
me of the 16 Shot situation where it's like the name calling or the accusations are not as good a way of going about the conversation as
No,
like
that's
asking
fine.
questions.
It's, no,
you want
if
him
you,
to-
if you want to come in hot, you can absolutely do that. What you need to do in the first 30 seconds of the conversation, say, hey, listen, I know you're probably expecting like an interview, but I'm going to ambush you. And I'm so I
wasn't
have a bunch of. I no, shut the fuck up and let me finish. I have a bunch of
You were
problems with
pissed
your.
off.
Yes,
Well,
I
what
already
does that
said
do,
that.
pointing that
But
out?
no, I want you to compute this in your fucking head. Yes, I'm pissed off. Yes, I'm open about being pissed off. Yes, you've pissed me off. And yes, you've pissed me off because you remind me of a lot of other fucking really annoying people. Yes, so you can stop saying that.
You are such a fucking baby. He is such a fucking martyr. Oh my God. I can't stand this dude. We're almost done with this. I'm not watching this whole goddamn thing.
It's all out on the table. I find you
You're
incredibly
mad because
fucking.
we talk about your content.
No, I'm mad because you can't have a fucking conversation. Here's the way to ambush me. If you want to do it without making yourself look like a little bitch, come into the
I'm not a
conversation. Well, let me make my case,
Sure,
and then you
sure.
and then you can make yours. So what you would need to do is come in and say, listen, I have a lot of problems with your content. I don't feel comfortable talking to you like we're just buddies hanging out. The same thing you said about Nick Fuentes and the chicken and waffles. That's how I feel about you, bro. So I have some shit I need to get off my chest. All right. So first off, I think you're a pedophile, and here's why I think that. What do you say to that? How are you going to convince me to sit here and have a friendly conversation with somebody who I believe in my heart looks at child porn, somebody who I think would abuse a child, somebody who I think wants to, somebody who I think is normalizing pedophilia? All these things that you do are fucked up and bad for society. How do you respond to that? How am I supposed to sit here and like be in like chat with you? That's what you would have said. It would have taken you, I don't know, 90 seconds, and then I would have responded in
No.
good faith. But one thing I can't stand is a fucking snake in the grass, spineless liar who pretends that they're not feeling what they're feeling, they're not thinking what they're thinking. Says like, well, isn't it true? Don't you think that maybe you're kind of a rapist? No, I obviously don't think I'm a fucking rapist, and I obviously don't think I'm a pedophile, or I wouldn't have made those fucking videos. You already know what I think because I made the video, I sat down and I said what I think. So if you're gonna respond to the video, then respond to what I said in it already. You already know what I think.
No.
The fact that
Yeah.
the fact that it takes you, and you have to fill up the entire time we have to talk with this fucking tap dancing bullshit. Just say I think you're a rapist
How's it
and
tap
pedophile.
dancing?
Because it takes you for fucking ever
No.
to make your
No,
accusation,
no.
and you frame it as a question.
No, listen, right? And my job is to have the conversation.
Mr. Girl is a bitch. Mr. Girl is a bitch. Oh my God. All right, we're going to go on for a few more minutes and then we're going to get out of here. I might end up stream later and just play video games and maybe watch a video. But, yeah.
Conversation, right? So again,
You're not doing your
I
fucking
could come
job.
out and say, listen, you are a fucking rapist. Cool. Now what? Right?
I would have a lot to say about that if you would say that and then shut the
No,
fuck
no,
up.
no,
Yeah,
no,
okay,
right,
let's
right.
pretend that that's what Flakko said, that he just got to the point and
Okay,
said
we'll
that.
pretend that
Yeah.
Flakko got to the point. Okay.
Right.
Well, I'll tell the story so people can decide for themselves if I'm a rapist. You're going to notice that these accusations are going to start stacking up. That I'm a rapist, I'm a psychopath, I'm a pedophile, am I sexist? Am I a woman batterer and a woman abuser? I'm just every bad thing that you could possibly be, right?
Oh, no, you're very sexist. Oh, you are very sexist, sir. Like, you are that deep-seated, rooted in your chest sexist. You are like one step away from being a tater tot. The only thing that stops you from being a tater tot is because you're left-leaning. Your political stance makes you not be a tater tot. Swear to God.
Yeah, sure, for sure. For sure. Absolutely.
You call her stupid, all type of shit. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I went on a date with a woman on Tinder. She was 46 and I was 30. And I wanted to jack off in front of her. I used to do that a lot. I still do it sometimes. But I had a compulsion to masturbate in front of women. I never really liked casual.
Doesn't that say a lot, though? Doesn't that say a lot that he had a compulsion to jack off in front of women? Oh, Baca, he actually is left-leaning. He's left-leaning. I don't think, he's not extreme left, but he is actually left-leaning. Politically, he is. As far as I know, he is. Of course, I could be wrong. But yes. Doesn't that say a lot that he has a compulsion of jacking off in front of women?
Sex, but I like casually masturbating in front of women or getting hand jobs. I find it emotionally safe. It's physically safe, and I guess I just have a fetish. So
I mean, listen. Everybody has their fetish. I'm not fetish shaming, but it's amazing to me. I actually believe he's a woman hater. I truly believe that in my heart. I'm not just saying it for shock value. I'm not just saying it because I'm some crazy feminist running around here calling men and women haters. I think he truly does hate women. I really do. I feel it in my heart. This man hates women. All right, have a good night.
For this reason, I hadn't had sex. I was getting divorced, so I hadn't had sex in like a year or something. So we go on this date, and she's like, "Sure, let's go back to your house, and I'll watch you masturbate." So we go back to my house.
I just can't imagine going on a date and says, I can't imagine going on a date and someone says, can we go home and I just masturbate in front of you? If you think I'm going to sit there and just watch you masturbate and I get nothing out of it, you can kiss my ass. I'm just saying.
All right, fine. Because like a lot of women are not really into that specifically. They're into it if it's all they can get. But like a lot of times they're like, I want to have sex, but like whatever. If this is all you want to do, fine. That's cool with me.
No.
I was like, all right. I was like, do you want to have sex? Fuck it. I was like, I feel like I need to have sex. And she was like, sure. Yeah. She was like, really? And I was like, yeah. I bestow upon you the great honor of Mr. Girl's dick. She said, okay. So she gets naked. We're making out. She gets on top of me and positions her vagina right on, touching my penis. So it's at the entrance, and it looks me in the eye and says, I'm not ready. And then, and just keeps looking at me. And I don't do anything and she doesn't do anything. We're just sitting there frozen like that. And I was like, all right. I feel like she's looking at me like she's daring me to do it anyway. Or like, it feels like she's calling me a pussy. And I was like, all right, well, fuck you, bitch. I'm not a pussy. So I push her down onto my dick. And then we had sex, and we talked. Then she asked me to have sex again, like a week later. That's it.
I mean,
so I told this.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck you get rapist out of that. I mean, she just
Well,
had a moment of
You
saying,
called
I'm
it
not.
rape, though.
Well,
I called it rape because,
And I agree.
well, that's fine. But the reason I made the video is because the video is called Consent is Complicated. It's a video essay about how a lot of times no means yes. A lot of times maybe means yes. But also a lot of times yes means no. And legally, no means no and yes means yes. So legally, you can have sex with somebody who obviously doesn't want to have sex with you, who is trembling and shaking and uncomfortable. As long as they say yes, you are legally covered. But I don't think you're morally covered. I think that's wrong to have sex with somebody who does not want to have sex. And legally, if somebody says, I'm not ready, and then even if they want, I believe I was correct that she wanted me to fuck her anyway. It seemed like she was excited by the idea that I couldn't hold back. Obviously, I'm not a good candidate for that because I have a lot of self-control, and I was like, I barely wanted to have sex in the first place. But I was like, okay, you want me to make you feel like
Oh my God! Didn't he leave at one point? No, he didn't. Okay, that was enough. That's enough. That's enough. We're done. We're done. Yeah, Nixon, I know about that. I've done a lot of Mr. Girl research. I never got into that part though, because I was supposed to do the Mr. Girl stream and I never did it. Tipster, he grosses me out so much too. Like, dude, what? Ugh. Like, I literally just want to punch him in the dick. Michael. Oh my God. I don't understand how people, I just don't get how people like his way of thinking. I just don't get it. Nah, Flop Tina. You better take some poppers for some Mr. Girl. Just saying. Nixon said it's the smugness that he thinks his takes are so nuanced that he can't. Yes, his smugness is ridiculous. Very ridiculous. Shitheads on Twitter want to call people creeps with that dude running. Exactly. Okay, excuse me. I'm sorry, Bruce Allen. Bruce Allen, I'm sorry. I am not a gay man, so I do not know those things. I just learned what poppers were like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, Tipster, make sure not to compliment hairstyles anymore. Okay? Bruce, you are forgiven. Oh my God, Flop Tina! God, Flop Tina is such a whore! Flop Tina is a whore. Mr. Girl actually said to Bo Blacks, I would prefer you call me a person that is attracted to minors than a no map. Leah, his discussion with Bo Blacks pissed me off so bad. Oh, God, his discussion with Bo Blacks was absolutely just fucking amazing. Jesus. All right, anything, any last comments or anything before I get out of here? I might do another stream after. I need to go get cigarettes. Between his talk with Bo Blacks and how he treated Tomato Man, I hate the dude. Oh, yeah, Tipster. Yep. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a great night. I don't know if I'll be back. I don't know. We'll find out. And, oh, thank you, Leah. Oh, and the out of town thing. Okay, I just want to let everybody know, it's not like a family member is hurt or anything. My husband has to do, like, emergency work on his family's house. It's that. It's not like a family member is dying or hurt or anything. So after I did that, I was like, oh God, it makes it sound like it's bad, but it's not like bad in that way. It's just stuff that he has to get done. Final thoughts. Mr. Girl's nauseating. Agree. All right. I'm out. Y'all have a good night. Peace out.
Like me, open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss on, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker